It's Morphin time! Tyrannosaur! Uh-oh. I guess they missed my videos about Glunk. Sticky blue stuff that I like to use to keep the coins from flying out. Take your Glunk, stick it in the Morpher, take your power coin, and now, right at the lens. No fear it's gonna come out, because it's not going to. Now, can you get the coin out of here is the question. Just like that. I know some people are gonna say Velcro, use whatever you want, but this is what I personally use. You can morph all you want. So, unfortunately with the Legacy Morpher, there is that button here. So sometimes when you morph, your fingers hit it and the coin pops out, but Glunk will keep it in there for good until you take it out, and it's real easy to get it out. So that is my spiel on that. I think it's been pretty well established they're using the Legacy Morpher as the prop in Once and Always. And recently there was a teaser that gave us a pretty good look at the Legacy coins, if there was any doubt. So of course now I've been seeing comments about why didn't Hasbro make a screen accurate Morpher, and I'm kind of wondering like what is... I wanted to talk about Morphers a little bit more with the Mighty Morphin. So this is the Legacy Morpher, which they've pretty much been using on TV since they made it. But before that, they were using this one. You're never going to please everyone, obviously, as I've learned from running this channel. But I mean, I would argue that Hasbro sort of made a more screen accurate Morpher than the Morpher that they used on the screen. I'll explain that. Okay, so this was the Morpher that they used on TV for the first 3 seasons. For reasons that I am still not clear on, the American Morpher was made upside down. So that is not correct. It's supposed to be like this. I mean, you could fix it by flipping the power coin and putting on new stickers. So if you flip the power coin and then replace the stickers, then that can be more screen accurate, but that's not how the toy was made. In America, anyway. And it's missing, well, the buckle and the sticker on the back. And this says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and that was not the sticker that they used on TV. This one actually looks pretty much exactly like this one, except it's not upside down. They got the red button, which I wish the Legacy had. It's painted on the back. It's a little bit bigger. They look really similar, but this one is more screen accurate than the one that they used on the screen, which is really funny. Really, Hasbro took the original Bandai toy / show prop and just kind of reimagined it for an adult fan. They made it bigger, die-cast metal coins. It's got more lights and sound. It's painted on the back. It's not upside down. You get the buckle. Comes with a display stand, and the power coins sit here. The coin's not going to come out because it locks in. You can't hit it with your fingers. I like that it stays on like that. This is, I mean, I would give this a pretty high score, but I have some notes. The Bandai Legacy Morpher had an on-off switch. I wish not only did Hasbro's have an on-off switch, but kind of give you options, like have it, call out whatever coin you've got in there, or just have lights and sound. I think the Gosei Morpher has something like that, right? It's like, it's got the Try Me, the On, and then I think that was the card game, right? Okay, I think that was the card game thing, and then let's see. Okay, see, so Alright, shut up. So it's doing different things depending on where you've got the on-off switch. And then I'm not entirely sure why this couldn't have been red like it's supposed to be. I mean, I appreciate the lights that they put in here. It's like they did some cool things here, but then it's like, why not just make it totally perfect? Like, some things are cost issues, but it's the same price regardless of what color this is. It could have been red.
Alpha and I've been experimenting with the secondary connections of the grid.
We made these proxy power coins as a contingency. Now all of you can use Dino powers.
We are just 3 days away now from Once and Always, and personally, I'm really excited. Like, I'm really looking forward to watching this. I hope other people are too. Like, you've got all the longtime fans who just, they're like, are they gonna explain this? They need to do that, they better show this, I wanna know how this happened. And then you've got the more casual fans that probably never saw past some of Mighty Morphin, and they're like, all right, my childhood is back, and like, they're all excited. I'm sure they're trying to appeal to, everybody. People who grew up with Mighty Morphin, like, they never made it through Zeo. A lot of comments on Facebook saying, who's this blonde chick, for instance, referring to Catherine. So obviously they didn't see season 3, Zeo, the Turbo movie, the first half of Turbo. She came back in Ninja Steel. People didn't know who Rocky was. Rocky, he was there in season 2. You know, you've got all of those fans. They never saw Zeo in space, Forever Red. They didn't see Mystic Force. They didn't see Dino Thunder. They don't know what's going on. They vaguely remember Mighty Morphin from 30 years ago, and they're coming for nostalgia. And then you've got fans like me who have watched every single season and know everything that's happened. And some people that are kind of like that, but they don't actually remember what they think they remember. Like, I've seen so many comments saying they better explain how Billy is no longer old. It was explained in that episode in Zeo, so I figure a lot more people would have gone back and watched some seasons to get ready for the special if they need a refresh, I guess. I know a lot of people want to know how Billy got back from Aquitar. My theory is, since I watched him teleport to Aquitar, that he just came back the same way. We saw the Alien Rangers teleport to Earth and back. We saw them take a spaceship. We've seen Pyramidas crash land on Aquitar. There are any number of ways. You know, a lot of us watched the Mighty Morphin powers get destroyed in season 3, and then Jason came back as the Gold Ranger in Zeo, not as Mighty Morphin Red. And in space, we got to see a busted Morpher, which Adam tried to use to become the Black Ranger and help Carlos, and he could barely hold a morph. And then in Forever Red, Jason came back and he morphed into the Red Ranger. And of course the idea there is that it's a super cool reunion episode to see all 10 Red Rangers, and you know, that's just a really fun, awesome thing for fans, rather than say, okay, Jason's not going to be in it because he lost his power. Like, you know, like you kind of lose either way. You know, you want to see a really cool episode and not spend the time explaining how did he get his Morpher back, even though it's a fair question.
And finally I looked at him, I said, you know, my character Jason was the first guy ever. It started with him. I said, why does he need to get his powers back? Why not just assume that he's always got them? Yeah. You know what I mean? He stepped to the side to let some other guys do it, and can return it at will, and you know, get the job done. So that was kind of my argument. They're like, all right, we'll just leave it all out. And I said, I don't think anybody's going to ask. I think they're going to be happy.
Can you imagine if they did the special without Jason? Even if it was Rocky, it doesn't matter. You gotta have the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger in the Forever Red team-up, right? He got his powers back somehow. Dino Thunder, Tommy came back and he got new powers. He wasn't using Dino powers. And before he became the Black Ranger, Dino Thunder didn't even seem like he had his Zeo powers, right? I know there are a lot of Power Ranger fans that don't know Rita came back in season 2, and some that don't even know that she left in the first place. Some of us know that in Power Rangers in Space, she became good, and then in Mystic Force, she was now the Mystic Mother, which then has a lot of people asking, then how is Rita back? But I think the fact that she's a robot kind of implies, at least to me, that they are following the continuity, because otherwise it would just be her more human form, I would think. So to me, that says she got, you know, she's good now, but somehow the evil, I can't quite explain it yet. I haven't seen the show, but somehow her evil was able to take a new form, which is a robot. Even in Dino Fury, we've seen things that could kind of explain how this might have happened, or even in Beast Morphers, or, well, you know, we have to watch to find out, which is the whole, you know, that's why they make shows and movies, so you can watch them and find out what happens. But from what we've seen, it to me feels like people that are familiar with the show, and they're trying to please the nostalgia crowd and the longtime fans. And so far, it seems like they're doing it. But we have to watch to find out. In Super Mega Force, we saw the entire Mighty Morphin team, except Tommy is the only one that took his helmet off. And then they came back in Beast Morphers, and you know, now we've got Once and Always. I can tell you in Mighty Morphin, they didn't think they were going to be doing a 30-year reunion. The show has definitely lasted a long time, and a lot has happened over the years that, you know, might need some explaining. X number of years ago, it's just like, let's do something cool for the current fans. A lot of people, they watch for a season and then they're done with it. Maybe they'll come back 5-10 years, then leave again. It's like, it's a lot to explain in a 55-minute episode. Could they do it? I think they could. How much time do we want to see devoted to just filling in plot holes? I mean, I think they kind of covered it with Morphin Masters, time travel, dimension hopping. Like, we know about all this stuff, but let's just watch it. Let's just watch it and see what happens. I hope it gets a good reaction, and then they do more stuff like this. Obviously, if it turns out to be if it turns out to be terrible, then I guess we'll all just say, okay, don't make any more stuff like that. But everything I've seen looks so cool. They've recreated all these sets and suits, and they brought back, what is it, 6 Rangers and voice actors, and so much has gone into this. I hope it's good. I think it's gonna be good. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.